This pizza was really easy to make. It's deep dish too, so completely delish. I'm gonna try to make pizza and breadsticks. I'm gonna start with the regular white bread recipe. It needs to rise. So you're gonna need approximately a cup of bath water. I mean regular warm hot water. Not hot to burn, but nice, the temperature of bath water. Yeah, it needs to rise. So basically you need yeast, about a scant tablespoon, and you need something to feed that yeast so it can get all bubbly and happy. I usually use honey. It just said pure honey. I'm going to try to make my bread and right here on the table. I'm going to mix it in this with a pot holder under it. I have this bread pan, which I will not be using, but I'm telling you about it. And my dog's barking. Shh, 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 hush, no comments. Dog, no, hush. You hush. Giggle. Okay, so I'm making a double recipe. These are the things I'm going to be using. Got my fingers crossed. Okay, I'm going to put the honey in. I'm not a perfect measurer. In fact, I overflow almost all the time. Since I'm doubling, I'm going to go a little over, almost 2.5 to 3 tablespoons of honey you see going in. Okay, after the honey gets in there, we need to put the warm water. Here it is. I do have a thermometer in my kitchen, but I don't use it. I don't really want to worry about the science too much. It sometimes takes the fun out of things and makes it feel like work instead of fun. Anyway, so I'm going to get that spoon really dry. I need it to not get the yeast in the bag wet because it will start to activate it. So this is the active dry yeast. I'm going to put in scant tablespoon twice because we're doubling. Doesn't have to be perfect. Those little packages you get at the store, I believe, are 2.3 teaspoons or something like that, which is almost a tablespoon. All right, so you got to cover it up and let it rest for about 8 minutes. I'm never like on time. Look at that. A big bowl so I can rise it. See the foaminess, and it smells good like yeast. Oh goodness. There, see the bubbliness? That's what it's supposed to look like. The oil will keep your bread moist, so I put in 2 tablespoons, and then I add flour one at a time. See, I'm counting. It's not really a perfect measurement. I try to guesstimate because bread takes more water if it's humid. Or excuse me, it takes more flour if it's humid. So approximately 5 cups to 6 cups. I just mix it and mix it and mix it. Stirring is your key here. Gotta stir it up really, really well. And the more you stir, the more the bread, or the flour and the yeast combined with the honey. Normally people put salt in their bread. I don't usually put salt in it. I can put salt on my food later. Oh, speaking of seasoning, I've got some garlic powder. I'm putting in a good heaping tablespoon, I'm sure. Since it's going to be for Italian cooking, I might as well get some good Italian seasoning in there. Looks really good. It's still very sticky. It's kind of coming off of the edges there. Look at it, it's kind of coming off pretty good. So it's almost time to get that table floured. Anyway, the garlic scent was making me reminisce about bollitas, which I'm not sure if it's a correct pronunciation. A bollita is a ground black-eyed pea, but you soak them and remove the hull off of the pea first. So basically they're white black-eyed peas. You grind them up and you add a lot of garlic and some cayenne pepper. And you make them little round balls like hush puppies, and then you fry them in oil, and they are so delicious. I used to sneak them out of the refrigerator, one after the other when I was little. My mom would wonder who was in the fridge. It was usually me. Anyway, so I gotta add a little more flour. I sped it up. This video got really long. I don't have a magic time on how to knead the bread or how to knead the bread. Basically, kneading the bread for me is relaxing, and it's easier to knead than it is to stir. I haven't yet had a video of my bread making come out well enough to share on YouTube yet, so that day will come, I'm sure, but today is not that day. So I knead and knead and knead, and I'm oiling the bowl. I'm going to rub the oil all up the edges and around. When that bread rises, we don't want it to stick to the bowl. See? All the way around the edges, all the way up. I'm just using olive oil. The same oil that's in the bread. Oh look, moisturizer. Olive oil is good for you. Alright, and I roll it under. Tuck and tuck and tuck, and drop it and roll, and there we go. Put a little more oil on top, clean that off a little bit, make sure I have that pot holder underneath so that the table doesn't have the conduct the cold from the metal into the bowl. It helps keep it warm. So I'm going to keep the flour out because I will be needing that again. That was a flour joke or a bread joke. Get it? Anyway, laugh, laugh. It was very cute and funny when it was over there. Okay, we're going to have mushrooms on our pizza. I love mushrooms. Mr. Grammy Vulture loves mushrooms as well. So wow, it took me a long time to dice them. I want them to be very small for my pizza. I want to have a lot of flavor in every bite, not just mushroom flavor in one bite and pineapple flavor in one bite. I want it to be melded well with lots of flavors. Okay. Then I'm going to slice up some onion. This is actually the third meal I used for that large onion. I just took off 2 very thin slices. Oh, was that 3? I'm not sure. I diced them up very, very, very small. Minced. Minced is the word. I minced it well, and I got them all tiny, tiny. Put them in the little dish for pizza later. Anyway, usually when I buy an onion, regardless of if it's red onion or purple onion or whatever color onion, I usually get the flat ones. I don't know why. Mom always said the flat ones were sweeter, so I tend to get them flat. Each and every individual onion has a different flavor anyway, so I don't know how to test the theory of the flat one being sweeter. Okay, there's my shredded cheese, and look at how big the dough got. I actually separated it when no one was looking into 2 separate containers to let it rise so that I could do breadsticks and pizza and not have to work the dough again, all in one working. I kept forgetting everything too. Preheating the oven, I forgot to turn it on. I set it to temperature, but I forgot to push the on button, so it was beeping at me there. Okay, I just put some oil on the table so that I can keep the dough from sticking. And the dough is full of air bubbles. Oh, there's a piece of dry dough on it. I got it out of there. Okay. I love it. It feels so good, and it makes a little farty noise. Anyway, it's continuing to make those noises. I'll never know if you could hear them because I've had to take the audio off because it was so quiet you couldn't hear it at all. Oh, look, the breadsticks went super fast. And just cut some cheese sticks. Look at that. I put a cheese stick in the bread, rolled it up, snip the tops, put cheddar cheese on top. That's about to go in the oven. Those actually turned out really good. We had them the next night with leftover pizza sauce. Ooh, look at that. Really delicious crust. It's par baked. I par baked that for approximately 5 minutes. I was worried to let it go any further. So I just smashed it flat in the center around and poked some holes in it too because this was my first time making fresh pizza crust. And there's some pizza sauce. Basically, it was leftover spaghetti sauce with tomato paste in it, which made it nice and thick. And there was mushrooms in it. I was really excited to see mushrooms in my sauce before I even put mushrooms on my pizza. And let's see. Next is all those mushrooms I diced. It takes me a long time to put mushrooms on the pizza. I have a little bit of a problem of making sure it gets in every little spot. And then that diced onion, it is a win-win. That onion at the end of this video, when I taste it, it is a win. I cut up a whole pineapple just so I could have fresh pineapple for this video. And I can't find the footage for cutting the fruit now. Anyway, different story, another day. It's gonna be delicious. See what I said about putting a piece in every little bite, every little spot. Every little spot. All right, and then my cheddar cheese because I like it so much. Yes, I put cheddar cheese on my pizza. Oh, and there's the mozzarella cheese. And as I'm putting on the mozzarella cheese, I remember, I have pepperoni in the refrigerator. Guess who just remembered they had pepperoni in the refrigerator? That would be me. That would be me. Anyway, there I am putting the pepperonis on the pizza. And I have a problem with placing things on pizza and a hard time cooking dinner sometimes because I want it to be perfect in every way. So you'll see me put them down, pick them up, rotate them, put them down, pick them up, rotate them, put them down, pick them up. Okay, so I squished it now. I should be done. It's been squished. Oh wait, it's not done. I need more cheddar cheese. This was absolutely delicious pizza. But it made enough for 2 meals. Well, there's just 2 of us in the house here, so. We could only eat 1 slice of pizza, with the salad. It was very good. Okay, I actually take this pizza and I put it in the oven and I baked it for 15 minutes. That's me checking the clock right there. And I pulled it out because I need to bake it again when the hubster gets off from work. But look at it. That can handle another 5 minutes of baking. And actually, I believe I cooked it for an additional 7 minutes. Okay. Almost ready for that. I'm super excited about the deliciousness of this pizza. It smells so good. Oh, and if it doesn't work out, I'm gonna be cranky. Okay, there it is. There it is. There's the pizza. You see that? You hear it? It's saying, "Eat me." Yeah. Oh, goodness. I wish I could smell that pizza right now. It makes me want to make more pizza. Okay. Be very careful. Don't get burned. Don't get burned. Yeah, move that out of the way. That's a wobbly thing. Just put it right there. That's fine. Some things you just can't cut out of the video because the splicey thing is hard to click on sometimes. Okay. Ooh, good thing you didn't have to hear that bang, bang, bang on the plate. That was loud. Out of everything, that part of the video you could hear. Okay. Good slices. Remember, there's only 2 of us, and we have to eat this whole pizza, but, you know, it took us 2 days to do it. As I was rolling the dough out, and patting it, and rolling it, and patting it, and rolling it, as I tried to pick it up and put it onto the pan, it slouched in. So I had to press it again around the pan, and although I had olive oil on the dish, the crust sticks. So be very careful of that, having to pat it while it's on the pan. I guess I could have rolled it on flour. It would have probably been easier. On the table, rolled it out on flour and then placed it on an oiled sheet or pizza pan. Oh yeah. See that? I'm just gonna call that delicious. Yep. I want to make pizza. You should make pizza. Pizza is really, really a go-to food. I wish my audio would have been working. It seems silly to me to post a 20-minute video where I'm talking over it when I could just say everything quickly and put a picture of my pizza up. Hopefully I'll get this squared away soon. Uh-oh. Smells good. Look at that face. I love it. Perfect crust, I believe I was saying. I just can't quite remember. Yep. It's a bit doughy. Could have actually cooked longer. But not bad, especially for my first attempt at pizza. I hope you like this video. Please subscribe. Gotta go. See you later. Love you. Bye.